Guys, hi. Um, I just got back from church. How you guys doing? And I'm mixing things up. I decided to record right now just so that the episode won't be late like last week. I'm sorry about that. And yeah, today I just want to talk about some of the things that I've been thinking about this week. Um, yeah, or things that happened and they just made me think about things, or I had these thoughts about things. Yeah, that's what I want us to do today. I'm going to start with today. So again, I just got back from church. And do you know what my favorite thing about going to church is? I don't necessarily like going to church, but because I have to go to church, I have to find things that I would enjoy about it, right? Just so that I'm not miserable and I just don't like hate every Sunday. Yeah. So my favorite thing about church is presentations. Like I live for presentations. No matter how horrible they are, I live for them. Why? Cuz I really there's something I feel. There's a feeling I get from watching people do the things that they love to do, being terrible at it or good at it. But the best part is that them being terrible at it, but still doing it, and no one's going to boo them off the stage. Is it a stage? Yeah, no one's going to boo them. No one's going to tell them they're terrible at it. No one's going to. Well, they might judge them outside church when they're having all those discussions. Yeah. But no one's going to like do it then. No one's going to bring them down right then. And I really enjoy that. Like, do you know how these people that get to people that have the courage to go to this contest, or yeah, these competitions, this especially the singing competitions, it's because most of the time when you ask them what's their background, what's where else they've been singing, they're going to tell you they've been singing in their local church. And that's where their confidence was built. That is where they were told they're good at it. That is where someone is going to sing very terribly, but you're going to clap and tell them they're good at it. I know we're lying, but I my favorite thing is just like seeing people do the things that they love and no one bringing them down for it. And I think we should do this more often outside of church. I think we need to make this a culture outside of church. Like, we need to celebrate people. We need to like tell people to just do what they love doing and just celebrate them even when they're terrible at it. But just because they're enjoying it, just like not like, I don't necessarily mean celebrate them. What I mean is let people enjoy what they love doing without trying to bring them down, without like, yeah, just letting people do what they love to do. Maybe in church we can expand that, just like outside of singing and outside of, yeah, singing mostly. Outside of singing, maybe you can expand that to other things. Just like accept people for who they are and let them enjoy doing what they love doing. Cause what I love presentations is I'm just like going to watch people sing or do whatever. It's they might not be the best at what they're doing, but there's this joy on their face when they're doing it, and I'm here for it. I love it, right? The other thing that I enjoy about church is I just love like standing there and watching people do these things for something that they believe in. And if these adults did the same thing outside of church, people would look at them in a different way. They would look at them like they're crazy, or they're like, I just feel like there's this, as much as there's constrictions in church, there's also this kind of freedom. Like, as long as you're doing it and it's for God, it's for this person, it's for this being that we have come here to worship, no one's going to judge you for it. Everybody's just like in their business, and I love it. Like, I love it. People just get these huge amounts of money and they bring it to church. No one forces them to do it. Okay, some church, I've heard these days some church force people to do those things. I've also heard that these days some churches, they have auditions for people in the praise and worship, etc. Well, not in our church. If you want to join the choir, if you want to join the praise and worship, if you want to join whatever, you can just join it. No one's going to like put all of this, like, you need all of these qualifications for you to join. So maybe I'm speaking from a point of a bit of ignorance and maybe dismissing other churches. But I'm just saying the thing that I enjoy about being in our church, and I'm speaking from my experience, right? And so back to what was I saying? Jesus Christ. Yeah, like, adults do these things that they would be judged for doing them outside of church, but as long as they're in the safety of the building of the church or in this area of church, no one's going to judge them for doing it. They're going to jump like crazy people. They're going to shout and scream and sing and clap for a being that we don't necessarily see with our eyes, but for this being that they believe, or we believe, exists and is somewhere watching us and receiving all of this praise and all of these prayers that we send. I just think there's something so beautiful about it. I think it's blissful to, there's something blissful about it, right? And sometimes when I'm not in that, well, I've been there some time back, and when I watch them, I feel some kind of jealousy, just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit of it. I wish I could have such strong faith in this and do all of these things. And yeah, it's beautiful to see people, to see how far people can go for something that they believe in. Right, so to the next thing that I have thought about this week, or last week. This is mainly last week, before I uploaded the last episode. So I lost something. This is the way I've been telling you guys to, if you're unemployed, like, you don't really have to accept everything. I went against my words and I did something that I knew better than to do it, but I let myself fall into desperation, and falling into that desperation, I lost and I lost time, I lost money. Yeah, I just like wanted to come here and tell you guys that, sometimes you know to do better and you don't do better, and when you look back you know that you should have done better. But these things happen, and I was beating myself up for some time about it, but now it has happened and there's really nothing that I can do about it. The only thing that I can do is move forward and remind myself that I know better and I need to do better. Like, I let myself be desperate for a job, and I let someone take advantage of that, and I lost. You know, I've gone through this. Like, this is not the first time I've gone through this. And the thing is, like, the end is always the same. If you let yourself get too desperate for a job, someone's going to take advantage and you're always going to lose. Like, you're always going to lose. Like, I was ready to take something that I knew I did not want, but I was so desperate because, being unemployed, it's not the best picture out there. And it gets weird when people ask you every day. Oh my God, I get so tired. Like I told you yesterday, I didn't have a job. Why are you asking me about it today again and again and again and again? This is one reason I go to to church like really early in the morning, where in this service everybody's just about their business. Like, no one cares about the other one. No one, like, after service, and like the other services, after this really early morning service, people just go home. No one's standing around the church to talk and do all of those things. But in these other services, people are going to stand and talk for about 30 minutes. And that's just the thing that I don't like about the other services. Because I'm going to stand there and people are going to ask me again and again and again, oh, what did you do? Oh, you don't have a job yet? Oh, right. So all of that talk got to me. And I felt like, as much as this is something that I don't exactly want to do, and I had told myself that, you know what, Catherine, it doesn't matter. You can do this. Like, you can do what you want to do, and you don't have to just like take anything. And I just went ahead and took something that I did not want to take, and it bit me in the ass. And yeah, guys, don't get desperate for a job. I don't know about other things, but don't get desperate for a job, because someone's going to see it and someone's going to take advantage of it. Yeah. So after that, my dad asked me to get something for him, and I had to go all through all of these things in his room, and I found something that just it brought, it was a bittersweet feeling, right? So I got this card that I got from my friend during KCSE, and they sent it to me, a success card. It was so sweet. The message in there was just so sweet, and in there they just like mentioned, why am I getting fucking emotional? In there they mentioned all of these dreams that I had shared with them, and fuck, why am I crying? Relax. Yeah. Only let the tears fall. So in there they mentioned all of the dreams that I had mentioned to them, the dreams that I had. And in there they mentioned that, it's so weird because I don't remember reading this, and I got this card and I read it, but it's been such a long time, and fuck, Oh, it fell. Fuck. I'm sorry. I know people think this is cringe, but I don't. And yeah, let's move on. So they mentioned all of these dreams that I had shared with them, and they said that I really inspired them for fuck man. Oh, Jesus Christ. They said that I really inspired them for the 4 years that I was in high school. That's the weird thing. Like, when I think about my high school, all I can remember is how much I hated being there. And all I can remember is the pain that I felt being there. All I can remember is the terrible things that happened there. And reading that, I'm just like, I, I, I don't understand how I could inspire someone when I was in this. I was not in the best place, and that just it brought me so much joy, right? Fucking hell, it brought me so much joy. Like, it felt good that I actually, like, everything that went on in high school, it wasn't for nothing. Like, because when I think about it, all that comes to my mind is the terrible things that happened, the pain that I felt, and just how much I wanted to be out of there. And to think that someone would, because when I think about it, I always thought that, all people saw was my pain and all the things that I failed at, or I was failing at, and just how terrible my social experience was there. How I don't want to talk about it, but to realize that someone would look at me and they would feel inspired, it's weird because I can't comprehend it. I really can't comprehend it. But I read that, and then I just remembered the place that this person is at in their life right now. That's so far, like, ahead of me. I don't know what um metric we use to measure, but in my opinion, they're so much ahead of me in life. And it felt good and it felt sad. It felt good in the sense that I'm so glad that I inspired someone, but I felt sad that I'm at this point in my life, and they are at that point in their life, and I'm just so happy for them, but I'm also so sad for me. I'm also so sad, like, for me. And yeah, it also reminded me of all these dreams that I had in high school. Like, I was so sad in high school. I had to dream. Like, I had to dream of something beyond what I was going through there, and I had to believe that there was. Fuck, I should have ended with this part. Just so that, yeah. Anyway, I had to have something to dream. I had to have something to hope for outside outside what I was going through. And yeah, I was reminded of my dreams, guys, and they were so big, and I'm not sure if I feel like I can achieve them, but I can feel a teeny tiny little bit of hope that I can at least try and get to them, no matter how sad everything is right now. Oh gosh. Yeah. So the last thing again that I want to talk to you guys about is scheduling. And when you're unemployed, your schedule can get very unpredictable. You might plan for all these things, and tomorrow something might come up and you might decide to change your mind about it's what I'm trying to say is that it's very easy for you to lose the goal that you have in your mind, because there's no real structure and things don't even feel tangible. Everything that you're doing, nothing feels solid yet, nothing feels tangible yet, and it's so easy to get carried away by things that things that just come your way. It's very easy to get carried away by those. And so I the thing that I do is I plan for everything that I want to do that week, either on Saturday or on Sunday. But I get to Sunday or on Monday and I get this idea, or I'll get this thing that I feel like, okay, maybe I should do this, and I get the urge, and I feel like I need to do the thing that I want to do so urgently that I'll just push aside everything that I had planned to do this thing. And so I want to find a way to strike a balance at being having this structure, but also not getting very closed to, and being unable to be, what's the word? Oh my god, I can't find the word. Like, just being spontaneous is the word. I want to strike a balance between being spontaneous and having structure, and not confusing spontaneity, is that a word, and losing focus on my goals, or being carried away by just things that come my way. Like, I'll speak to someone and they'll tell me, oh, you can make money here, you can build a career here, you can work from home here, you can do this here, you can do this, or just like me sitting doing the dishes and just thinking, oh, I should probably start this, oh, I really need to focus on this, and there's just so much is going on, and you feel like, most of the time I feel like I'm floating in the middle of the sea, and there's just so much that I need to deal with. There's so much around me, and I'm not sure which one is going to save me. It's like I'm drowning in the middle of the sea, and there's a lot of things around me that could save me, but I'm not sure which one absolutely will. But that's the thing, right? You are never 100% sure about anything, really. You can never be certain about anything until you get there and do it, and you get to the other side. Then that's when you can have like 100% certainty about things, or how things would turn out. So you really have to make the decision to do something or to not do something, and then you can have the certainty afterwards. So as much as I want the assurance right now, I know that I can't really get it, and it's, well, it is what it is. And yeah, for instance, I had made the schedule for this week, and I got to church, and at some point I blanked out. And then I thought about this poem that I had written, and I thought, oh my god, this would make, I think I could shoot something for this. And I started creating, I started writing the things that I could do for that poem. And I was just like, oh my god, my entire schedule is just filled up for this week, and I need to do this before Friday because it's time sensitive. And just like, what am I going to do? Well, what am I going to do? Am I just going to like throw away my schedule and do this, or am I going to throw this idea away? But I have decided I'm going to do it. I'll find time to do it, which is one reason I'm recording this episode today. I was supposed to do it tomorrow, but yeah, I'm doing it today, and hopefully I'll find time tomorrow to shoot that. That's it, guys. I feel a lot better. It's not that I was feeling bad about anything, but there's this feeling I feel right now. God, I feel like I've let things out, and my chest is no longer as heavy as it was. Yeah. That's it, guys. Yeah. I hope you have a great week, rest of the week. And yeah, I really don't have anything else to say. But yeah, have a great day ahead, night, week, weekend, whatever. And I'll see you on my next one. Also, subscribe, please. Thank you. You can listen to this on Spotify. If you're watching on YouTube, there are more episodes on YouTube as well as on Spotify. You can, yeah. What can you do? You can move from one app to the other depending on what you're doing. And yeah. What I'm trying to say is that you can find these episodes in audio format on Spotify. And if you, or whatever, on Spotify, on Amazon Music, on whatever. But also, if you're listening to this on the podcast platforms and you'd like to watch it, you can watch it on YouTube at Grownus Podcast. Also, follow our account on Instagram at Grownus Podcast, as well as on TikTok, Grownus Podcast. And yeah, that's all. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.